5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, best of the 59 kilogram category. The first athlete from Australia, Jamie Clark. Please move to 85 kilograms, leg by 16. Thank you. The bar is loaded to 85 kilograms for the first athlete from Australia, Jamie Clark.
Well, a very good morning to you from Eger in northern Hungary. Welcome to the second day of action at the 2015 IPC Powerlifting European Open Championships. We got plenty of action for you. Had some great action yesterday. We're going to open up today with the men's 59 kilogram category. We're starting in Group B. Plenty of contenders for this one, and on the bench to open up, all the way from Australia, Jamie Clark. Jamie Clark, one of the small Australian team to have paid their way over, around 3,000 euros ahead for them to get over here. He's going to open up at 85 kilograms. No, not a terribly confident start from Jamie Clark. He's rubbing his arm. He's disappointed. So a fail at 85. We got 9 in Group B and another 9 in Group A, so this competition will take a little bit of time, but we got some, particularly in Group A, some top performers too. Look out for the reigning European champion Ilda Berderdinov, Paskalis Kulumoglu, who is real potential. We got Juan Carlos Garrido, the America's record holder, and a couple of Chinese, Lu Shifeng and Huang Qi Yang. But now let's turn our attention to Dmitry Stepanov from Russia. He's opening up with 110 kilos on the bar. The Russians enjoyed a good opening day, plenty of medals for them, and they'll be looking for more today. Unlikely to come from Stepanov. He's just 17. Ideally, he'd have his eyes on the junior records. Junior European records up at 140 kilograms. He's on 110. I looked a confident start from the young Russian. And the judges are giving him 3 white lights. Well done. Good start. Good, strong start from Dmitry Stepanov. Now saying that junior European record is up at 140. That was from Paskalis Kulumoglu, the young Greek, who's made a step up in category. Very impressive as a junior in the 49 kilogram category. Now up to, in the 45. In the 54 category. I'm getting my categories muddled. Apologies. First thing in the morning. He was very impressive in the 54k. Now up to 59. Stepanov is going to have to go some way to match that in his next couple of lifts. Wheeling his way up to the bench now is the Italian. We haven't seen too many Italians thus far in the competition. Ludovico Forte. Forte by name. Is he Forte by nature? We will see. He's going to open up at 125. ...23 years old. So again, still relatively young in powerlifting terms. Straps going on. Said before, ideally the judge is looking for, as far as possible, the legs to be flat on the bench. That's not always possible, of course. Certain athletes will have little notations in their book, simply because they cannot straighten their legs. And for that stability and balance, the straps can be extremely important. So Forte going at 125. That looked good. The bar coming up straight, but well, will the judges say? Well, there's one slight differential, but overall, 2 out of 3. I reckon that was a good clean lift, and he's happy by that, happy with that. So 40 goes clear at 125. 3 judges today. Thierry Zuterman from Belgium is the man behind the lifter. He is the centre referee. And then the side referees today, Ahmed Al-Jameh from Jordan and Martin Verdiessen from the Netherlands. Well, we've had Italy. We're going to have, I think I'm right in saying, our first Spanish lifter as well of this competition at these championships. It is Jose Fermi Barbero. He's going to kick off at 126 kilograms. Just a little bit of preparation. The other things the judges are looking for are a head back, all the way back, resting on the bench. I want the bar to be level when it's on the chest, and level all the way up, so no wobbling. I want a good smooth lift, and it's got to be relatively quick as well. And the arms have to be straight as far as possible. Again, there was a up he goes. The straps come off. This time it's not good enough. A little wobble. Perhaps the arm's not quite straight at the end there. So that's a no lift for Jose Luis Fermi Barbero. That's the B lift. Remember the B group. The A group will open up at around about 150 kilograms. So that's where we're expecting our medalists to come from. It is possible that one of the B group could sneak up there. A little bit of applause over in the far corner for one of the home athletes from Hungary. It's István László. Hungarians with 10 lifters, I think, in this tournament. Nandor Tunkel has already brought them a silver medal. So László opening up with 127 kilos. Oh, there's a little murmur around the room, and again, that's the reason why. 2 red lights. Not quite good enough to satisfy our 3 judges. He was down to open at 125. He just changed at the last minute to add a couple of kilograms. I think probably once he saw that Forte was going for 125, Penley Barbero 126, thought he'd get a little jump on them both, but it hasn't quite worked out with that no lift. Another popular athlete preparing to make his way onto the stage. All the way from Poland, it's Bartosz Kuriata. And you can hear there's a good Polish contingent, and they're ramping up the volume for him, give him that little lift. Reparations in place, just settles back. That's a great view from above, isn't it, of the lifters as they prepare for this lift. Opton, he's taking the straps as well. Talking to 1 or 2 of the lifters, they like the straps. It feels they can. They say that it feels that they have more freedom to really go for it. Prevents the legs coming up off the bench. Right, 136. Yes, well done. Thumbs up. That is one happy pole. Kuriata underway with 136. And so there's quite a range, isn't there, of weights being lifted. Jeremy Clark at the beginning, going for 85, and now we're already up to 140 for Mustafa Gul. From Turkey. He was 11th in the Asia Open when he lifted 145. So 140 certainly within his range. Will also be a terrific opening if he can land it. Well, it looked comfortable enough. Was it? And it was. So Mustafa Gul underway with 140. Good start from him. Now this is an event where we're not likely to get any world records today. The world record standing at 210 kilos. That was set by Sherif Othman in Dubai in March this year. European record stands at 194 kilos from Ali Jawad, the British lifter, who has moved up. We'll be seeing him later on Wednesday. He'll be going in the 65 kilogram category, and he has said he wants to break the 200 mark during the course of the competition this afternoon. So that's certainly one to look out for. An explosive lifter, Ali Jawad, and a crowd pleaser. Taking the stage, Ruslan Korchinsky from Ukraine. And he is also going to tackle 140 kilograms. One of the younger competitors in this competition, just 22 years old. Well, that looked pretty comfortable for him. And there we go, 3 white lights, absolutely no doubt about that. Did a great job there. That's 3 fails so far in this opening round. 5 successful first lifts. 1 more to come. And this is actually slightly surprising to see him down here in the B group, because Johanni Kokko is actually the bronze medalist from the European Championships 2 years ago when he lifted 140 kilograms. So perhaps not the biggest weight to grab a bronze medal. But here he is back again. He's going to open up at 143. Now, if he can do this successfully and push up beyond 150, then he is going to be in with a shout of a medal again in the European. Probably not in the Open Championship, but perhaps in the European. So, very important for him to get this opening lift of 143 kilograms from Finland, Johanni Kokko. Good lift. So he's underway. And he goes to the top of the board after that opening round. Kokko with 143. Kuczynski and Gul with 140. Kuriata, the Pole, 136. Forte from Italy, 125. And Dmitry Stepanov of the young Russian, who managed 110. Just looking at the A group, there are 4 Europeans in the A group, and that means should 1 or 2 of them fail with their lifts, they're coming in at 150, 160 mark. Should any of those fail, there is a chance for the likes of Johanni Kokko to sneak into the bronze medal position. It's a little bit of a long shot, but who knows? Watch this space. We never know what's going to happen. Who's going to feel strong on the day, and who is going to feel that strength sapping from them. Coming back on stage, I would say 2 cries of "Come on Aussie, come on," but I can't hear it at the moment. It's Jamie Clark. And the man with him. In the wheelchair, one of his Australian teammates who competed yesterday. Whose name momentarily escapes me, my apologies. I was chatting to him in the bar last night. Clark at 85. There he is, he's underway. And that is great to see, because as I said earlier, the Australians have come a very long way, and they were disappointed last night when Clark's teammate Nang Nguyen, that's the fellow who was helping him there in the chair, he no lifted 3 times at 135, and he was disappointed last night. I was talking to him, and he said it was well within his range, but he just got a little bit stressed. He started thinking about it. He started thinking about what the judges had done, and that kind of upset his rhythm. And by the time he came up for the third one, he'd completely lost his mojo. So good to see Australia on the board. They've come a long way for that. Dmitry Stepanov is going to be the next man in. Here comes Stepanov. Now if you're a tweeter out there and you want to comment on anything you're seeing on the screen, or you want to talk about any of the lifters or raising issues, then by all means send me a tweet. I'll do my best to get it on. Obviously it won't, if you're being rude, that obviously won't come on, but if you just send me a tweet or mark it into me at bspender, all one word, that bspender, and copy it into IPC Powerlifting, and we'll see. I'll see how we do. Try and read out some of the comments that come in. Stepanov started off well. The 17-year-old went clear at 110. He's now moving up to 117. Well, the crowd like it, and so do the judges. Whoops and cheers. Well, Dmitry Stepanov. So he's up to 117 kilograms. He stays in sixth position. Well, obviously great for him to push up his own targets. Just looking at that junior world record, it's a long way off, isn't it? Anthony Ulonen, 185 kilograms, junior world record set in Kuala Lumpur 2 years ago. Well, 185 for a junior world record. We are not guaranteed that our overall winner is going to make 185. We will see when Ildar Berdadinov won the European Championships 2 years ago. It was at a weight of 175. So impressive stuff from the young Nigerian. Next up, from Spain, Jose Pemi Barbero. And he's going for 126. His second attempt failed first time. Well, it looked good, perhaps a little wobbly up towards the top. Well done. He's underway. Judges giving him the benefit. And that puts him on the board. Moves him up to 5th in this B group. At least for the moment. He might not stay 5th very long, because here comes Ludovico Forte. Successful lift at 125, confident, very smooth lift opening up, and now looking to go up by 5 kilograms to 130. Straps go on. Ludovico Forte. Looking to reclaim that 5th spot. He's still somewhere back from Bartosz Kuriata of Poland, who lifted 136. He's in 4th at the moment. Preparations ready. Here goes Forte. Oh, struggling. Not this time. So he stays on 125. Back in 6th position. Little competitions going on within the competitions, of course. Each lifter looking to work on a personal best, maybe just catch a position over a rival. And of course, up at the top end, medals to be won. Istvan Lajlo makes his way out again. He's got a little bit of work to do. Started at 127, failed at 127. He's immediately gone up to 130 though. Presumably then thinking it wasn't so much the weight that was bothering, purely the technique, and that another 3 kilograms won't make a big difference if you can get the balance right. Here he goes. That bar needs to be straight. Well, it looked better. Again, the murmur suggests it wasn't good, and there we have 2 red lights, so a little bit disappointing for Laszlo. 2 lifts, 2 fails. We'll get a 3rd attempt, of course. Now Bartosz Kuriata is adding another 5 kilograms to his weight. He successfully lifted 136 in the first round, so going up to 141, which would temporarily at least take him up into 2nd place in the competition. That first lift was very impressive. It was smooth, very steady. Noisy bunch, the Poles. Thoroughly enjoying themselves here in Hungary. Very rowdy last night in the hall when they were going so well. Kuriata at 141. Are we going to get thumbs up? Not this time. No, not quite steady enough. So Kuriata still on 136. chance now for the men at the top of the board, the 140 lifters, to open up a little bit more of a gap on the rest of the field. Mustafa Gül of Turkey, he did go 140. Well, in fact, the top three all marked to go 147 in this second lift. So there's Group B shaking up to be an interesting competition for the top three spots. Just settles himself now, the Turk. Maybe not straight enough. That right elbow came up, but it was good. There you go. Looked a little bit off beam from this corner of the room, but I certainly don't have as good a view as the referees. They gave him 3 white lights, and that means he is our new leader in this Group B with 147. And that's laid down the mark, hasn't it? Ruslan Korczyński of Ukraine also lifted 140 in his opening lift. He's also going for 147. Now he's marginally lighter than Mustafa Gül. Korczyński weighing in at 56.60, Gül at 57.10, so Gül is going to have to lift more than him to win, to beat him. Very smooth. 3 white lights, very comfortable indeed from Korczyński. He looks as though he could lift a lot more than that. 147 though. And that puts him top. Now Yohani Koko with Finn lifted 143 in the first round. He may be undercooking himself slightly here. He's going up to 147 as well. So we could find a 3-way tie at the top. Although of the 3 who would be up there, he is the heaviest. He weighs in at 58.65. So perhaps needing to be a little bit more ambitious. Coco, we will see. The main thing is to get your lifts. And then you can set your target in the 3rd round. And as things stand on the board, Mustafa Gül is going for 151, Korczyński is going for 154. Koko struggling, he's not going to do it. So that's all that rules him out. He slips back to 3rd. So there we go, that answers my question of why not be more ambitious. It was a real struggle for him to get that up. He looked so smooth at 140. 143, just too much. He's got one more crack at it. Of course, he's going to have to play with this now, because if he goes for 147, he can only come third in this group. He may need to nudge it up to 148. We will see. So 2 rounds completed in this Group B. Korchinski of Ukraine leads. Mustafa Gul in second. Yanni Koko is in third. Welcome back on the stage, the Australian Jamie Clark, and he's succeeded at 85 kilograms, and now he's moving up to 92. So adding 7 kilograms, relatively big leap. But so much of this, though, is getting that smooth technique. If that's working, and quite often for these lifters, the weight itself isn't the problem. It's the technique. It's knowing the judges and feeling in the zone. Clark at 92. Oh, a little bit wonky. Went a little bit sideways. Was it good enough? No. Not quite. He just drifted off centre. Good effort. He finishes best lift of 85 kilograms. Next up will be Dmitry Stepanov, the teenage Russian. He's been going well, very confident. Lifted 110 in the first round, 117 in the second round, and now he is going to go for 120. Great experience for these young lifters. We've had some a few 16, 17, 18-year-olds. The winning is nice, but so much of it is just competition experience as well. Straps going on, you can see just trying to get the legs flat. Stepping off at 120. Marginal and no lift. So 120, just a little beyond him. Good competition though from Stepanov, clocking 117 kilograms. His day will come, no doubt about that. Now from Spain we will have Permi Barbero coming in next. He is going to go for 129. Permi Barbero. A little battle going on between Spain and Italy here for the 5th and 6th. Ludovico Forte failed at 130. He's going to go back at 130, but Permi Barbero is not going to push it too much. He cleared 126 at the second time of asking. He's only gone up to 129, so it does leave the door open for Ludovico Forte, whether he lifts it or not. Preparations sometimes take a little bit of time. They have 2 minutes for the lift, so he's got plenty of time. So, strapped in, ready to go, and 55 seconds still on the board. Pemi Barbero at 129. Cry of yeah from Pemi Barbero. But the judges saw it differently. I think he thought he'd got that. And he just looks a little bit bemused there on the bench. So the 30-year-old will now watch and wait. It doesn't make too much of a difference, to be honest, because his lift of 126 leaves him at the moment in 5th place in this group, and whether it was 126 or 129 doesn't matter, because at the moment he is in front of Ludovico Forte, but if Forte lifts 130 it would have beaten 126 or 129 anyway. So here comes the Italian, wheeling his way confidently up to the bench. So the bench a little bit broader than you would find in regular gyms, and that's so these Paralympic athletes can get themselves steady. The legs need to be, as you can see there, a little bit wider. Talking to one of the young Irish lifters, he says that he comes from Galway. We'll be seeing him in action later in the week, and he was saying that he trains on a regular bench because that's all he's got in his gym in Galway. So when he comes here, it's like sleeping on a king size bed. Plenty of room. Here goes Forte. $130. It's not happening for him. Not happening. He has to settle with 125 and 6th place. So 2,130 for him. Have you heard the announcement there? István László from Hungary getting a little bit of home support as he makes his way up onto the stage. He's got a little bit of thinking to do. He failed at 127, he failed at 130. He's going to go for 130 once again. He's stuck with 127. He might well be claiming that 5th place. Still, 130 it is. A little bit smoother, and so it proves. 2 white lights, success for him, and that'll cheer him up, lifts him up the board. Moves him up into 5th place, pushing the Spaniard and the Italian down a couple of places. They won't mind too much. István László, 130 kilograms to the good. Poland now, Bartosz Kuriata, who came through at 136, failed at 141, but is now going for 143, and perhaps thinks that will be good enough to give him third place in Group B. Same little ritual before each lift, greeting the referees. Just sits for a moment on the bench, gets his mind in order, and then, very businesslike, throws himself back, gets under the bench, the straps are on, and Kuriata is ready to go. 143 kilograms. Cries of support from the Polish contingent. Oh, you heard the Poles cheering him on. They're clapping in, and that's good, and he's pumped with that one. Delighted to clock 143. And that does lift him up into third place in this Group B. And that means that Gianni Cocco is going to have to go a little bit higher. He has to succeed at 148, otherwise he's a goner. And in fact, it's going to be Cocco coming on now. He's got 148 marked up. Cocco lifted 143 first time, failed at 147, but he's put an extra kilo on because he's seen Korczynski and Gould both lifting 147. He needs to get ahead of them, put a bit of pressure back on, and he also needs to secure the third spot. So he has gone up to 148. Didn't look at all convincing at 147. But can that change now? Finn braces himself. Well, he gets it up. It was very slow. It wasn't very smooth. But he's good enough. It's good enough. There was one referee who was unconvinced, but two of them were, and that is good enough for Cocco to retake the lead in this Group B. He finishes with 148. He goes top of the pile for the moment. He knows he will finish in the top three at least. But now, Mustafa Gül, the Turk, is back on. Started at 140, then went 147, and now he's marked up 151. And again, an exciting conclusion to this Group B, with Gül knowing that if he can lift 151, he will overtake Cocco and take over the lead. Oh, he's in trouble there. He's in trouble. It's not going to happen for him on that one. So Mustafa Gül fails at 151. That means Coco still leads. Just couldn't he? It was just didn't have the power in the shoulder. Lost the rhythm. So failure for him. He closes at 147, which again is good enough for a top 3 finish in this B group. Indeed, it means he will finish 3rd. The question is, who will finish 1st? Will it be Yohani Koko, who has already lifted 148 kilograms? He's our leader at the moment. Or will it be Ruslan Korchinski from Ukraine, who has lifted 147 and has now set the bar up at 155? And bear in mind that if he does lift 155, then he may just sneak into the reckoning for a top 3 place in the Europeans. With the Group A still to come, there are 4 Europeans involved in that. It's only going to take 1 or 2 of them to make a mess, and he could be in. Here he goes. He's got to lift it first, of course. Korchinski, 155 to win Group B. Well, that looked smooth. Was it smooth enough? Yes, it was! So Korchinski, fabulous performance from Ruslan Korchinski. He has done enough to win this Group B with a lift of 155 kilograms. So the top 3, Korchinski with 155, Yohani Koko, the bronze medalist at the Europeans 2 years ago, when he only managed 140, but that was good enough for bronze in the Europeans 2 years ago. He came 4th in the Open Championship that year with 140. He left at 148 this time around. And in 3rd place, Mustafa Gul from Turkey with 147. Well, now we move up to Group A. And so some big names to look out for. We got the reigning champion to come, Ilda Berderdinov from Russia. The man who came 2nd 2 years ago, the grand old man of Poland, 44 years old, Mariusz Tomisz. You've got the young buck from Greece, Paskalis Kouloumoglu. Getting us underway though from Chile. It's Jorge Carinao, 24 years old. And he is going to open up at 150. Short, sharp, good lift. So successful opening start. Opening lift, I should say, from Jorge Carinao. Very eclectic selection of music being played from just next to me, actually. Might have a word. Might see if we can nudge in a bit of Neil Young, maybe, just to keep things rolling. A bit of Steve Earle. Next up is Ivchenkov Uriel from Russia. So Igorachenkov looking to open at 155. He doesn't use the straps, he uses his legs to get him to position. He's got to go flat. Working himself into position. Applause rattling around, but no lift. Igorachenkov looks a little disgruntled with that. That leaves the stage open for the next European. A man with a big reputation as a junior, Paschalis Koulomoglou. He is the junior European record holder at this weight, lifting 140. That was here in Eger last year, January 2014. So he's got good memories of this hall, and he also set a bunch of junior records at 54Ks as well. He had the junior world record of 148 kilograms at 54 kilo category, but he's going to open up now at 156. Was down to open at 161, but just coming down a little bit. Looking to secure that first lift. As an Open Championship and as a European Championship, he wants to get amongst the medals in both if he can, but certainly in the Europeans. Looks good, looks confident. The Greeks away to my right are happy. Good lift indeed. I can see a large Greek contingent, including Pavlos Mamalos, sitting down there watching their teammates. So good lift from Koulomoglou. And that'll put him top of the leaderboard for the moment. So from Turkmenistan, Makan Agalikov makes his way to the stage. He was 8th at the Asian Open just recently. He lifted 155 there to claim that 8th place. He's going to open just above that, 158. To lay down a marker early. Waves away the belt. Just prepares himself now. Agalikov at 158. Well, it looked a little bit wobbly. The referees might look kindly on it. No, they don't. Just tilted slightly. So a fail at 158. Use the door open a little bit.
Now we're going to have a very popular man on the lifting circuit
coming up next. Expect yourself for a big raucous cheer. The Poles are here. There he is, 44 years old, Mariusz Tomczyk. Not much that he hasn't done. Silver medalist 2 years ago at the European Championships. He lifted 165 to get that silver medal. He's going to open up today at a leisurely 160. Age not really a barrier for the powerlifters. We've got some in their 40s, such as I mentioned Pavlos Mamalos earlier. He'll be going later in the week. He's 44 as well, I think. And we have a 57-year-old grandfather as well, who will be going on Saturday with the big boys. This though is Mariusz Tomczyk going for 160 kilograms. Well, not a lot of applause from the Poles, but they're saving it. Good lift. The lights go on. So Tomczyk goes top of the leaderboard for the moment. With that lift of 160. It'll be interesting to see how high we push up during this competition. As I say, Ali Jawad is the European record holder. He's he's moved up a weight, but he set the bar at 194 kilograms. I'm not convinced we're going to get too close to that. We will see though. Certainly we're a long way from the world record of 210 kilograms by Sheriff Ottman. Who knows? Next up on stage is Eger Bederdinov. I don't speak English.
Just forget about it. I'm going to
Sorry, well, a successful opening start for the reigning champion, Eger Bederdinov, with 160. So 173. I'm getting my lines muddled. I do apologise. 173. Fantastic opening start from Bederdinov. Looking to retain that title. But he's going to face some stiff competition from the Chinese if he wants the open title as well. Huangshi Yang is our next competitor. Huangshi Yang was second at the Asian Open Championship in Almaty. He lifted 181 kilograms that day. He's also a bronze medalist at the 2012 Paralympics in London in the 60 kilogram category. So real pedigree here. Ranked 5th in the world. He's opening at 176. Looks smooth, looks good. And it is good. 3 white lights. Our new leader, Huangshi Yang. the competition is hotting up.
And he's going to be followed by his teammate Shifang Liu.
78 kilograms for the first attempt from China, Shifang Liu.
Shifang Liu, 36 years old now, very experienced, 4th in the World Championships last year. He lifted 178 kilograms in that World Championships. Not enough to get him on the podium, but a real class act. He's going to open today at 178 at that weight that he achieved last year. Getting himself G'd up. Given the 1 minute call, plenty of time. Again, it looked smooth from this distance, and it was. So great technique from both Chinese, opening up very confidently. So it's the Chinese 1-2 at the top of the leaderboard now, with Shifang Liu at 178 and Guangxi Yang 176. Eger Beredinov of Russia third with 173. Well, it is an open championship, so no surprise then to find people coming from right across the world. We've just seen 2 Chinese, and now we are going to see the America's record holder, Juan Carlos Garrido, 5th in the World Championships when he lifted 172 kilograms. He was here 2 years. He was at the European Championships 2 years ago in the Open, but he rather flopped there when he opened at 175 and failed 3 times. He's being a little bit more ambitious this time around. He's going to open up at 180. He set that America's record in Mexico just recently when Ali Jawad won the Open tournament. Came second behind him. Glad to see the back of him, really glad to see Ali Jawad moving up a weight. Here goes Garrido at 180. Again, looked a confident start, but not smooth enough for the judges. So that's a fail for Garrido. Is this the curse of the European Championships coming back to haunt him? So that concludes the opening round of the A group. The 2 Chinese up at the top, Shifang Liu 178, Guangxi Yang 176, Eger Beredinov 173, Mariusz Tomczyk, the Pole, 160, and Pascalis Kulomoglu with 156, Yuri Karnell 150. So top 3, Liu, Yang and Beredinov in the top 3 positions for the Open title, and Beredinov, Tomczyk and Kulomoglu in the podium positions for the Europeans. Jorge Carinao from Chile
is back on the bench. He opened up at 150. Now looking to push that up to 155. Quick, isn't he?
Good lift.
Good lift. One red light, but that's no problem. He likes to get his work done quickly. Jorge carry now. It shunts his weight up a little bit to 155. Doesn't shunt him up the leaderboard though. He's still just tucked in behind Kulumoglu. Makan Agalikov makes his way out from Turkmenistan. He failed at 158 with his opening lift, so he's going to have a second crack at that one. And he has this ritual beforehand. It's as if he's joined in prayer before settling on the bench. Just a moment of reflection. Gets his head together. Back he goes. Agilikov looking for 158. This would take him 5th overall. Well, that was better. That was better than his first lift. There was a little wobble. And there we go. Much better. Not just a little better, a whole lot better. 3 white lights better. So he does. The Turkmenistani moves up into 5th spot, just ahead of Paskalis Kulumoglu. Now we're back into the European hunt for the title. Yuril Egorchenkov, who failed his first attempt at 155. Didn't look overly happy with the judges when they gave him those red lights. 2 red lights to 1. So he's there or thereabouts. Just needs to make it smooth, make it steady. Up it goes. But again, 2 red lights. And the coach is asking why. And off goes Egorchenkov. So, disappointment for him. 2 fails at 155. Pretty much doesn't definitely rule out the chance of a European medal, and he's going to need Paskalis Kulumoglu to mess it up. Oh. Here comes Kulumoglu. He's going to go for 161. Comes from Thessaloniki, up in northern Greece. Kulumoglu, he's a massive fan of the football club PAOK. Apparently in his room here he's got 1 big poster of PAOK up on the wall, and he's got 2 more out on the balcony.
So I hope if they're listening, the PAOK supporters will be rooting for Kulamoglu, and indeed the PAOK players. I used to know their team inside out. Now I can only think of Dimitri Salpigidis, another strong man. Kulamoglu settles, going for 161. Looks good. You heard the big cry, but no, not quite good enough. 2 red lights. So the power of PAOK not working on this occasion. You'll have to have another crack at that. No, that does leave the door open a little bit for Igor Chenkov, perhaps to sneak in and pinch the bronze. Certainly Kulamoglu will go again, I'm sure, for 161. I've already seen Mariusz Tomczyk of Poland take 160, and here he comes again, raising the bar slightly, not too much. He's just seen Kulamoglu fail at 161, so he's just going up to 162, not trying to put the pressure on Berdadinov, who is clear of the European pack at the moment. He cleared 173. He's well clear at the moment, looking good for the European gold medal, looking good to retain his title. Tomczyk, silver medalist 2 years ago, looks as though he's going to be content if he can do that again. So he goes for 162. Oh, there's a little bit of a struggle. It's not happening. He got the jump on it, but just couldn't complete the lift. So that's a fail. So these podium places are still up for grabs, aren't they? Igor Chenkov will fancy his chances of maybe pinching a bronze, while Kulamoglu will fancy his chances of sneaking past Tomczyk and grabbing that silver. Can't see Igor Chenkov unsettling Tomczyk, but you never know. He's a little bit lighter, so if it did come down to same weight, Igor Chenkov would crack the nod. Well, here is our European leader, Ilda Berdadinov. Look at those shoulders. Powerful, powerful man. So he opened up at 173, and he's now looking at 178. Zhengfeng Liu has already opened at 178, but this would be good enough to put Berdadinov into the open lead as well as the European lead. He's already well clear in that. Berdadinov at 178. Yes, he's done it. So Berdadinov goes into the lead with a second successful lift, this time at 178 kilograms. Well, it's a good competition, this, to open day 2 of these IPC Powerlifting European Open Championships. Good fight all the way to the third round. Now Juan Carlos Garrido, he has a little bit of pride to play for here. 3 no lifts 2 years ago at the Europeans, and he's opened at 180 with a no lift. He's going again at 180, and never mind what's happened before. If he does get this, he will be into the lead. Well, it looks smooth, and it was. Well, you heard his little cry of joy there. The Chilean takes the lead, pumps the chest. Marcos Garrido gets going. He's our new open leader at 180. Now the two Chinese still to come, and it's increasingly, well, it's looking now, it is going to be 4 lifters going for 3 podium places in the Open Championship. One of them's going to miss out. Next up is Zhifeng Liu. Who opened at 178 and is going for 183. And again, this would be for the lead. Just getting those arms pumped, awaiting the 1 minute call, taking his time. Unconvincing applause, but it's a convincing lift. 3 white lights, and that means the lead changes hands once again. 183 kilograms for Zhifeng Liu, and just to put us a little bit of perspective, I mentioned the junior world record earlier on from Anthony Ulunam, the Nigerian. That stands at 185, so these guys still haven't reached the junior world record set by Ulunam 2 years ago. Even so, it's a good contest going on. And here comes the Guangxi Yang, the other Chinese. Now he's being even more ambitious. He wants the lead. These guys aren't here just to improve their PBs, they want to win this tournament. Guangxi Yang opened with 176. He's added 8 kilograms to that. He's going to go for 184. And again, this for the lead. A little bit of a struggle towards the top. He gets it though. He gets it. Just did enough. I'm a little bit worried for him there. Thought he hadn't quite made it. But he
does make it, and that means after the second round, Guangxi Yang is the leader with 184 kilograms. And at the moment, it's looking as though it's going to be a non-European podium in terms of the Open, with Guangxi Yang leading, his Chinese teammate Zhifeng Liu in second, and Juan Carlos Garrido of Chile in the bronze medal position. When it comes to the Europeans, Ilder Berdardinov is in overall fourth place. He leads the Europeans. He's pretty much got that sewn up, I think. Mariusz Tomczyk of Poland is in second place in the Europeans, and Paskalis Kulomoglu of Greece is in the bronze medal position in the Europeans. Third and final round of a fascinating 59 kilogram competition. And first man up again, Yuri Karinau. Cleared at 150, cleared at 155. He's now going for 158. And this would put him 6th overall. It's just tilting, it's not going to happen. Just not quite got it. 3 reds. That's the end of Yuri Karinau from Chile. The 24-year-old bids farewell. Best lift of 155. Which, let me remind you, was the winning weight in Group B, Ruslan Koshinsky of Ukraine. Plenty of cheers out there for Yuri Igorchenkov, a Russian. He's failed twice at 155 and now has taken the leap. He's decided to go for 160. He wants a medal. He knows this is he's got to try and nudge out Paskalis Kulomoglu, put the pressure on him. The applause ringing around, but 2 red lights, no lift. Again, the Russians looking around, uncertain as to why that happened, but a little wave from Igorchenkov as he makes his way off the platform. That's the end of his competition. Unfortunately, no lifts for him. And that means the medalists in Europe are decided. We know who's going to... Well, we're pretty certain that Ilder Berdardinov is going to take the gold of the European Championships, and it's between Mariusz Tomczyk and Paskalis Kulomoglu of Greece for silver and bronze. And next up is going to be Tomczyk. He's playing it a little bit safe. He knows that Kulomoglu has got to go for broke. They're both aiming for 162. Kulomoglu is the lighter man though, so if they are level, it'll be the Greek who takes the silver. Now where is Tomczyk? I think there's been a little bit of a mix-up backstage. I think he was expecting Kulomoglu to go before him, but Tomczyk is marked. Well, he's there now with a minute to go, and they're now just asking if they can reset the clock. It's running down. And he's a little bit surprised there. I think that's because Kulamoglu had been in front of him earlier, and I think it was just going for the same weight, but of course Kulamoglu being the lighter man, he's going to go afterwards. Well, the clock running down. John Amos, the technical delegate, is just trying to work out what to do here. Whose fault was it? Was Tomczyk informed? Well, but now up on the scoreboard they've got Makan Agalikov as the next man, and Kulamoglu as well. So there's perhaps a little glitch in the system here. These things do happen. It's not a crisis as long as everyone keeps a cool head. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what comes out. Unfortunately, I don't get my information until you do. Up there on the screen, it'll come up soon enough.
Please go to about 462 kilograms, like height 13. Please go to about 463 kilograms, like height 10.
Oh, now clearly marked up on the main scoreboard, Mariusz Tomczyk, but Kulamoglu still on the stage as the next lifter. Discussions going on, weights are being changed. And in fact, I can see the weight's being changed because Tomczyk has actually gone for 163. Both of them now marked up at 163. So there's a bit of chopping and changing here with the weights. All good fun, all grist to the mill. What I do know is that at some point in the not too distant future, one of them is going to come out on the stage and is going to try and lift 163 kilograms. Now the scoreboard is changed to Kulamoglu. So it may well be the Greek now coming out ahead of the pole, although it's actually, I can see Tomczyk waiting, ready to come out. So there is real confusion going on at the moment. Tomczyk is in the wings. He's ready. He's pumped. He's got his hands dusted. But now... Well, yeah. Oh, and now the scoreboard's changed again. So Kulamoglu is not the next man out. You know what? I think I have a feeling I'm better off not trying to guess what's going to happen next, but simply explain when someone comes out of the tunnel, because I'm not entirely sure the judges know who's going to come out next. Will it be Mikan Agalikov of Turkmenistan? He's planted up in white on the scoreboard, as is Mariusz Tomczyk. Or will it be Paskalis Kulamoglu, who's got his name plastered across the boards on the platform, saying that he's got 2 minutes before his lift? Who's got the weights on the weights? Head scratching going on, scurrying around of activity behind the scenes. Who is going to go next? Well, let's just recap on the leaderboard. At the moment, we've got the two Chinese up at the top, Quangji Yang and Zhifang Liu, with 184 and 183 respectively. Then Juan Carlos Garrido of Chile making up an all-open, non-European top three. Ilder Beredinov is looking the red-hot favourite. Well, he is going to win the gold medal for the European Championships. Okay, it's all changed once again. We're about to get on with it. I think we no longer have Pascalis Kulumoglu lit up on the scoreboard at all. We still have two names, Marius Tomšik and Makan Agalikov, and I think it's going to be Agalikov, the man from Turkmenistan, who is going to come next, and that's because his weight is 162. I think that's probably the problem. Is we had three initially. We had three of them marked down for 162, and now I look at the board again, and Kulumoglu and Tomšik are going neck and neck. They're both calling 164. So that battle still to come for the moment, though. Let's focus on Makan Agalikov of Turkmenistan. He failed at 158 on his first lift, succeeded 158. He's now going for 162. It's a struggle, and he's not going to make that. Yep. 3 red lights. He never really got going on that one. It's possible that all that faffing around beforehand just put him off his stride a little bit. It does play with the mind somewhat. Lifters like to know when they're going. They know there are going to be changes sometimes, but it can mess with the mind a little bit. And Agalikov just off his stride there a little bit. So he finishes with 158 kilograms. And that means he will finish. Sixth or seventh, we shall see, because here comes the pole now, Marius Tomšik, after that delay. Now he is going for 164. He failed at 162. I think ideally he would have liked to have done that again, but with Kulumoglu breathing down his neck, it's a battle between these two. He's got to set the bar high. He has to make this weight really put the pressure on the Greek. This is the battle for silver in the European Championships. Tomšik lifts. Can he do it? It's a little bit sideways. Is it going to be good enough? No, it isn't. So the door is open, but what he's done is he's forced Kulumoglu to go high. So Kulumoglu failed his second attempt at 161, but he now also has to go for 164. 161 would have been enough to take the silver, but like a game of poker, those two playing it out backstage. They were going at 162, 163. I'll see you. No, we're going 164, and this is where the silver and bronze will be decided as Pascalis Kulumoglu makes his way out. He's been forced to go to 164. Not what he would have wanted. May have been in this plan overall. If he'd cleared at 161, he probably would have been going up to this kind of weight anyway. But he would have been a lot more comfortable had he been going for 161 for a second time. Bracing himself. This for silver. Kulumoglu going for 164 kilograms.
this for European silver. He's already got the bronze in his pocket. Oh, that looks good. The Greeks are happy. It was a very strong, confident straight lift. Was it good enough? Will the judges be convinced? Yes, they are. Congratulations, that is silver. And that's a really brave piece of lifting. He was forced into a corner there, Kulumoglu. He had to go 164 beyond the 161 that he'd failed at just a few minutes before, and he did it. So Kulumoglu is up into the silver medal position in the European Championships. We can say he has taken silver. Tom Schick, silver medalist 2 years ago, will collect the bronze. But that's the European medals sorted out. Beredinov will take gold. Here he comes now, the European champion for a second time, retaining the title he won 2 years ago. But can he go better? Can he win the open title here in Eger? He's had a good competition so far. He's lifted 173. He went up to 178. And now his bar is set at 181. That would not be good enough for him to win the competition, but it will put him into the medals. A smattering of applause. It's unconvinced applause, and 2 red lights means that Beredinov is going to have to settle for European glory on this occasion and not for the open title. So the top 3 places in the open race will go to lifters from outside Europe. The 2 Chinese, Huang Shaiyang and Shifeng Liu, up against this man, wheeling his way out now. Juan Carlos Garrido, the America's record holder, making his way out. Failed at 180, first lift. Cleared 180, second lift. He's now got the bar set at 184. And he is just slightly lighter than Huang Shaiyang. And but he's heavier than Shifeng Liu. But if he matches this 184 of Huang Shaiyang, he will take the lead. He'll take the lead and put the pressure on the 2 Chinese. So Garrido looking for 184 kilograms. It's a struggle. He gets there eventually. There may have just been a little wobble in the middle. I'm not sure the judges are going to give that. They're not. So, disappointment for Garrido, but he won't go home empty-handed. He's got a bronze medal in the Open Championship, and that means it's down to the battle between the 2 Chinese lifters for gold and silver. Next man out is going to be Shifeng Liu. He's currently in second place. He lifted 183 in his last lift. He's pushed the bar up to 185, which would put him into top spot, and that would force his teammate Huang Shaiyang to go 186. So it's tactics coming into play here.
Shifeng Liu. Fourth at last year's World Championships. Looking to break the bank here in Eger and pick up gold in the European Open Championships. This won't win him gold, but it'll put him in the lead with just one lift to come. And when I say one lift, I mean one competitor. Happens to be his closest rival, but no matter, the pressure will be on. Can he do it? Shifeng Liu at 185. Oh, not sure. So it's good. Well, there we go. It looked a little bit off tilt from this angle, but as I've said once or twice before, I'm not nearly as close as the judges, as the referees. They are the men with the eagle eye, or the ladies with the eagle eye. They've given him 3 white lights, and that means we have a new leader. Shifeng Liu goes into the lead. He's in the gold medal position at the moment, but he may still have to settle for silver. That will depend entirely on this man, Huangxi Yang, ranked 5th in the world, a bronze medalist at the Paralympics in London 3 years ago. He has cleared 184. He's now looking to lift 186 kilograms to win the gold medal in these IPC Powerlifting European Open Championships. This is the men's 59 kilogram category. Just steadies himself. This for gold. Oh, he's struggling. He's not making it. So, disappointment in the end. The red lights come up, and that means Huangxi Yang has to settle for the silver, and it's his teammate Shifeng Liu who has won gold, come through right at the end to claim gold in the Open Championship. Huangxi Yang takes the silver. Juan Carlos Garrido takes the bronze. As far as the European medals are concerned, Ildar Bededinov, forgive my Russian, is the European champion once again, retaining the title he won 2 years ago. Paskalis Kouloumoglu of Greece takes the silver, and Marius Tomczyk, at 44 years of age, the Pole, adds a bronze to the silver that he won 2 years ago. We'll be back with the medal ceremony in just a few minutes. Join us then.
for the rest of the training room.
junior. Oh. Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the open class up to 59 kilogram category. Please welcome the medalists.
Welcome back to the conference hall here in Eger. We've got our line-up for our medalists in the men's 59 kilogram open category. A little bit of Chinese domination there. It was a great battle between the two Chinese, and it was also a good effort from the man taking the bronze medal, Juan Carlos Garrido of Chile, the America's record holder. He didn't get off to the best of starts, flunked his first lift, but came good with his second to clock 180. Couldn't push beyond that though, couldn't put more pressure on the two Chinese. So Garrido having to settle for the bronze medal. It came down to a battle between the two Chinese. Wang Xiyang had the lead after the second round. He had 184 on the board, but couldn't do enough. He couldn't push it up to 186. Had to settle for the silver, and instead it's his teammate Zhifeng Liu who made that final lift of 185 kilograms, who came through on the rails to pinch the gold medal from his compatriot and his teammate. So gold to Zhifeng Liu, silver Huang Xiyang, and bronze to Juan Carlos Garrido.
Ladies and gentlemen, please if you are able for the national anthem of China. Ladies and gentlemen, the medalist of the Olympic men's after 59 kg category.
So the group photograph, just to round off the niceties at the end of the competition. Of course, we're back with you in just a moment with the European prize giving.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the Europeans men's after 59 kg category. Please welcome the medalists.
And here indeed are the medalists for the European Championships. It's much as you were 2 years ago when you faced on the podium. So the bronze medal goes to 44-year-old Mariusz Tomczyk of Poland. He was silver medalist 2 years ago, so taking a step down the podium to third, lifted 160 kilograms. Good effort, and it was a good battle he had with the man who finished in the silver medal position, and a little bit of a handing over of the torch here. Generation gap. Tomczyk, 44 years old, up against Paskalis Koulimoglu, just 21 years old, from Greece. He's broken many records at junior level, Koulimoglu, and making good strides in the senior game as well. Lifted 164 to claim the silver medal, but this is the man they're cheering, retaining the title he won 2 years ago at the European Championships. Ildar Berdedinov of Russia. He was competing for the Open title into the last round, or at least for a podium place in the Open. Missed out by a couple of kilograms, but comfortably the best in Europe, 178 kilograms. Berdedinov wins the gold. Well, that concludes the medal ceremony for the men's 59 kilogram category. More action coming up here at the 2015 IPC Powerlifting European Open Championships. We have a short break now, but we'll be back with you at 1300 hours European Central Time, or Central European Time even. So that is just 45 minutes to get yourself a cup of coffee or a sandwich, and then settle back for the women's 50 kilogram category. That's fewer competitors in that one, but we've got a couple more big ones coming up as well this afternoon. A couple more of the men's categories, 65 kilograms and 72. So come back and join us then for more excitement from Eger. For the moment though, from me, Barney Spender, and the rest of the crew here, thanks for joining us. Coming up now for Dmitry Stepanov for the juniors in that 59 kilogram category. From Russia, produced a good performance in the Group B. 110 kilograms he opened at. 117 was his second lift, couldn't quite go 120, so 117 kilograms, good enough for him to collect a junior medal. So well done to Dmitry Stepanov, another medal for the Russians. And after the anthem I will be leaving you. We will be back with the women at 1300 Central European Time.
So we finish the first session finally.